Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
We need to beware pop-up storms and the potential for lightning strikes. It's Friday night, and once again, we're watching Exact Track 4D radar. We're glad you're with us try to help keep you and your family safe as we go through yet another round of these.
Here we go again. The potential for storms will be hanging around for a few more hours. Let's get right over to forewarned meteorologist Kim Adams for the latest on current conditions. Kim.
Well, it's become our Friday night entertainment here in Metro Detroit. The good news right now is that we have not had any severe weather, but we're still not quite out of the woods. Round one is through, but we still have another round to go up until about 10 or 11 o'clock is when we'll see those storms continue to fire up. But right now, we've just watched a couple areas of light to moderate rain move through downtown Detroit. Heavier rain from Ecorse through Riverview and Grosse Ile, now going through Gibraltar. Just really heavy rain, but I have noticed some lightning. So there's thunder and lightning within these cells, but haven't really caused much of a problem. We did have a cell go through Ann Arbor that had a wind gust at about 40 miles per hour, but that's been about it. But there are still some showers and storms back out to the west that we have to keep an eye on here in Metro Detroit for the next several hours. I'll widen the view for you here so you can take a look. We're just going to have to keep an eye just outside of Lansing and Albion. A couple of cells popping up. This one up here in Alma has quite a bit of lightning in it, so we're not quite done just yet. SPC has elevated our risk to level 2. That's a slight risk, and then a marginal risk up into the thumb, winds over 60 miles per hour, and the possibility of quarter-size hail. So we'll talk more about timing and whether these storms will get out of here for the weekend coming up.
Okay, Kim, that's great, and we'll bring you updates as needed. But if you're headed out, don't forget to take the forewarned weather app. You'll have interactive radar and weather alerts in the palm of your hand. If you don't have it, download it for free in your favorite app store. That's WDIV. All right, now to our other top story.
They hit my patrol car.
Just part of a wild chase in Farmington Hills earlier this week that led to the arrest of 2 people. Police say they appear to be involved in a wide-ranging, nationwide auto theft ring. The vehicle in that chase came from a local auto manufacturer's lot, and they didn't even know it was stolen.
Yeah, tonight we have the dash cam and body camera footage. Local 4's Rod Maloney takes us through some of the dramatic moments from the pursuit and the arrests.
Farmington Hills uses what's called flock technology. It's cameras that watch traffic and alerts them to things like stolen license plates, which is what prompted this whole incident. Officers converged on the area and saw a Jeep with 5 people inside that started driving over the curbs. 9 Mile and Middle Belt around 1 o'clock Tuesday, the chase was on. This brand new Dodge Durango blasts by the first officers responding, careening into traffic, nearly hitting an Amazon truck. Speeds through the turnaround on East Grand River when one of the pursuing officers goes right on the grass and jumps in front. We get 2 different views of that crash. The Farmington Hills Scout car totaled, auto parts flying everywhere. The Durango just kept on going, and so did the chase. Another officer doing what's called a pit maneuver to get that Durango to stop. That worked, and 5 people ran for their lives. 4 men go one way, a woman the other.
Get on the ground right now! Get on the ground! Don't you move!
Social media is changing these kinds of scenes. What Farmington Hills police didn't know at the moment of the foot chase is that a social media camera picked up video of the group fleeing, and it showed the guy in the red and white hoodie carrying some heavy weaponry. Farmington Hills Police Chief Jeff King saying,
a small, what they call Draco 7.62 rifle, compact pistol, in a low ready position, concealing it from our officers. The individuals videotaped that and immediately notified us.
They later found it in the woods. The chief says this could have turned out a whole lot more violent.
Further demonstration of the quality of our, not only the professionalism of our officers, but the quality of our training.
The man in the red and white hoodie is no longer in local police custody. The feds have him, likely facing more charges. In the meantime, the 3 men who did get away remain at large. In Farmington Hills, Rod Maloney, Local 4.
Rod, well, the young woman who ran away ended up being arrested not long after that chase. Farmington Hills police also arrested a man matching the description of one of the men who ran off. He was not involved, but police arrested him for attempting to hide a handgun as they caught up with him.
A lot of officers will tell you there is no such thing as a routine traffic stop, and that was definitely the case after Van Buren police tried to stop this SUV just a few hours ago. The driver took off, leading police on what turned out to be a 40-minute chase along I-94 from Van Buren Township into Washtenaw County. Started at really high speeds until 3 of the 4 tires on that vehicle were punctured. Officers finally stopped the vehicle blocks away from the musical festival in Dexter. The driver was taken into custody. Police say the SUV was stolen. The driver was wanted in Ohio and now faces charges here as well.
Dearborn police are investigating a terrifying story from a couple who says they were just looking to spend a nice summer night in the park. Instead, they say things got very scary. They're sharing their story with our Sean Lay. And Sean, they're still pretty intimidated by what happened.
Truly are. We're talking about Dearborn homecoming here. Families, fun, fireworks, police everywhere, safety. One woman really stood out in this area to this young couple. Bleach blonde hair, fillers in her face and lips, black tank top and dress, and so very angry because the woman thought the couple cut in front of them in the restrooms right in this area. They didn't. And instead of saying, "Excuse me," apparently the woman turned violent immediately, and that was just the beginning.
Yeah, basically it's just super, like, a ton of paranoia because everywhere I go, I mean, my boyfriend's not going anywhere, but everywhere I go, it's like, I think someone's gonna pop out.
She is one of 2 victims who can only talk about what happened here at Ford Field Park August 5th. Because the other victim, her boyfriend, has his mouth wired shut after blows to his head resulted in multiple jaw fractures.
He broke his jaw in 2 places and also dislocated it, so the middle of his jaw was cracked, and then also the top of his jaw was shattered.
And she does not want to be identified in any way. She is terrified of what appears to be a family that turned the most family-friendly event, Dearborn Homecoming, into what she describes as mob violence.
And they were all surrounding us, so we had nowhere to go because there was a wall behind us and people in front of us.
It happened as she and her boyfriend were walking towards the restrooms. A woman told the young couple they could go in front of her. A family standing away from any restroom line, she says, immediately snapped, saying they were in line. She says, "Okay, no problem. You don't have to have an attitude about it."
And then that's when she said, "I'm gonna F her up." My boyfriend says, "Don't talk to her like that." We try to walk away. She chucks her phone at his chest. After that, we didn't say anything back to them. We tried to walk away, and then that's when the crowd came.
Crowds surrounding them, pushing them into the porta potties. The couple ran, and people ran after them. Dearborn police, they provided us a statement, a lengthy one. The whole thing's on clickondetroit.com. But in part, they say Dearborn police officers immediately responded to an incident involving 2 individuals at the Homecoming Festival on Saturday, August 5th. Police and fire officials rendered medical assistance to both victims. But here's an important point. No arrests were made. Now, police are telling us when the officers got here, the people who apparently laid hands on this couple and beat them, chased after them, were not here. That is a little bit in dispute right now, but all this remains under investigation, including Dearborn police are saying all the people here, if they can help with identifying people and with what happened, to give them a call right away. We're live in Dearborn tonight. Sean Lay, Local 4, back to you.
Hopefully somebody saw something and will speak up. Sean, we appreciate it.
It is not unusual to hear some huffing and puffing during contract negotiations, of course. Today, Stellantis firing back days after the UAW president dramatically tossed the automaker's current proposals into the trash can, which was not typical of negotiating tactics. Both sides are raising the level of rhetoric, though, just 34 days before the contract runs out. Mara McDonald with a look at the back and forth going on here. Mara, this is really something to watch.
Devin, absolutely, it sure is. And, you know, UAW President Shawn Fain came out hard against the proposals that Stellantis gave to the UAW. So much so, he said what was offered is just completely unacceptable. Let me show you.
When we get things like this from the company and they want to sit there and talk about they're not asking for concessions or looking for concessions, everything they're looking for in this document is about concessions. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do with their proposal. I'm going to file it in its proper place because that's where it belongs, the trash.
Shawn Fain certainly not shy about voicing his displeasure at how contract negotiations are going with Stellantis. Tonight, the automaker is responding. This is from CEO Mark Stewart. Quote, "I was incredibly disappointed to see Mr. Fain's online communication earlier this week that theatrics and personal insults will not help us reach an agreement." Fain has presented each automaker with a long list of demands, and he's not being shy. He's looking for a 32-hour work week, double-digit raise, and a return to pension plans for all workers, and an end to the tiered wage system. And that's just a few highlights. Stellantis says this list is a non-starter. Quote, agreeing to Mr. Fain's demands could endanger our ability to make decisions in the future that provide job security for our employees. This is a losing proposition for all of us, employees, families, and customers.
Back here live, important to point out that that contract set to expire September 14th. We are live on Detroit's East Side. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
Yeah, for all of what you just saw there, all those reasons, that'll be the topic on Flashpoint this Sunday morning at 10 o'clock. All right, Mara. Well, will they or won't they live up to this season's sky-high expectations? The million-dollar question hanging, of course, over the Detroit Lions.
The hype is real. We'll get our first look at the team at Ford Field tonight against the New York Giants. Kickoff is an hour away, and Hobie Artigue is outside the stadium already. Hobie, kind of set the scene for us here.
Yeah, the scene has pretty much already been set by fans, like Devin was talking about, with those sky-high expectations. And most people would just say, well, it's just the preseason. But this is a beginning to a year that's kind of like unlike any other before here in Detroit, with the Lions expected to make quite a run in 2023. But tonight they do kick off the preseason against the New York Giants here at Ford Field. Now, these two teams are quite familiar with each other, practicing together earlier in the week over in Allen Park. Now, last year the Lions practiced against the Colts in the preseason, and they're doing joint practices even more this year. It was the Giants this week and the Jaguars coming to town next week. Dan Campbell says that preseason games like the one tonight, they are beneficial, but the practices leading up to these games might be even more valuable.
It'll go another notch. Those guys will come out, and you know, I think that's what this is about, man. It's a tug of war. You just keep competing and see who can get the best of who each day. So they got some good players over there, and they gave us some great looks, just like I feel like we gave them some great looks.
And coming up in sports, we'll hear from some of the players before this first preseason game. Jared Goff, he's expected to have a big season, and also rookies like Jahmyr Gibbs. He's had a great training camp, had some great practices against the Giants, and he's getting some high praise from both his teammates and the opponents alike. We'll hear more on that coming up in sports. That's the story now from Ford Field. Hobie Artigue, Local 4.
Exciting times ahead. We sure hope. That's
we
for
hope,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah. All right, Hobie.